All right, why do we pay more for a pair of Nikes than we would for an unbranded shoe? And why it matters to your business. I'm out riding this morning, I just had a thought. Imagine if every morning that you woke up, you had a voice sort of in your head and it just said, you didn't pick up the clues yesterday, try again. Wonder if you'd do anything different. And then imagine if you did, and then wake up one morning, that voice isn't there at all. And you actually know that you're on the right path, where you've done something incremental towards the right path. Good morning. It all comes down to brand, and a brand is just, like I said yesterday, it's a gut feeling that we get when we think about a business. But the only reason we pay more for something than we have to is because a brand is attached. So this is called the variable ND filter, and I use it for my video work so I can get outside and run a really low aperture, which gives it that really creamy cinematic effect. So I'll chuck it on here, it'll be way too dark, but when we get outside it will be mint. Objectively, are these better shoes than, you know, like a pair of non-branded shoes? I don't know, but they're cool shoes. Like I loved Michael Jordan when I was a kid. I loved my Jordans back then, and it's just a way to connect with us, sort of like the nostalgia of you know, of who I was back then. So how do you know if you've got a brand and you can actually charge more than just a commodity price for what you do? So this is an idea borrowed from a great marketer, Seth Godin, so I take no credit for this. I just use it as a thought experiment. I think about it this way. Nike's opening a hotel and you're in charge of managing the design, the fit out. What would it look like? Because you know the Nike brand really well, and they've sort of like, I guess, controlled the narrative of that brand over a long period of time. You have a really good idea about how to approach that build, don't you? Like you probably have a bit of a gut feeling like what needs to go on the walls, what might be on the floor, how the staff might be dressed. You know, like they're not going to be, you know, it's not going to be all uppity dressing, is it? Like for Nike, like it's probably going to be sports clothes or some sort of sports attire. But you have a pretty good idea about how what that hotel might look like. But flip that. Now, if I said to you, say the Marriott hotel chain is creating a fashion brand and they're starting with shoes, what do the shoes look like? You wouldn't have a damn clue, would you? And that's because they don't have a strong brand behind that commodity that they sell. So, I guess the question is, what does that mean for you and what can you do with that?
So how interesting is this? And I just wanted to show you, so this really demonstrates the point. This image was generated by ChatGPT, showing what it thinks the Nike lobby of a hotel would look like. And this image was generated asking it what would a shoe by the Marriott Hotel look like. So both, I guess, perfectly demonstrates what I'm talking about, that you know, even ChatGPT, with all the information it has available to it, can't work out what the Marriott brand is. It looks completely generic, and you could slap any logo on that. But you could be dropped into that Nike hotel, remove all the sort of logos, and you'd have a good chance of knowing that you're at a Nike hotel.
So if you were to talk to your best friend and say, I'm opening a hotel, it doesn't matter what business you're in at the moment, but you said to your best friend, I'm opening a hotel, can you design it for me? Would they be able to execute your brand? And I guess what would ultimately be your vision for the hotel? Would it fit within your brand if they were to go off and do that? But why do you want to address that problem at all? And it's just because it means that you're replaceable. And if you're replaceable, you can't charge as much, you're not going to convert as many customers, you're not going to attract as many people to your brand, and you're not going to build the loyalty over time. So they're all the practical. So when you wake up this morning, would the voice have been there or not? What are you doing about it?